Good morning, my dear students. Already we derived the equations and vector diagrams for short transmission line and medium transmission line. In medium transmission line, nominal T method, nominal pi method, and end condenser method. So now we discuss the topic of long transmission line using rigorous method. So normally the parameters are lumped in case of short transmission line and medium transmission line. But in case of long transmission line, this is assumed to be distributed parameters. So what is the means of distributed parameters? The distributed parameters means every point the voltage and current changes continuously. Every parameter changes point to point. Rigorous method, every point should be carefully and thoroughly. So now we discuss the long transmission line derivation. How can we find out the ABCD parameters for long transmission line? So the performance of long transmission line, please observe the diagram carefully. So in diagram, Vs is the sending end voltage, Is sending end current, IR is the receiving end current, VR is the receiving end voltage. On particular point, that is a voltage V, current I in receiving end side. Next, in sending end side, the same voltage changes to V plus dV. The same current changes I plus dI. So in between these elements, in between voltage to V plus dV, in between I to I plus dI, they have two parameters. Shunt parameter is admittance ydx, series parameter is zdx. Dx is the small length. We consider small length. We consider a small length from receiving end side. So the distance in between receiving end side to dx length is a x. So in dx the parameters are ydx and zdx. So clearly showing circuit diagram. So what is the difference between in medium short with long transmission line means here all the parameters we assume to be distributed parameters. We assume to be distributed parameters. So consider a small element in the line length dx situated at a distance x from the receiving end. Already I discussed. That is series impedance of the line per unit length. Y is equal to shunt admittance of the line per unit length. V is equal to voltage at end of the element towards receiving end. V plus dV, the change in voltage, voltage at the end of element towards the sending end. I plus dI, current entering the element dx. I is equal to current leaving the element dx. So consider for the small element dx. Already we see the already we discussed in circuit diagram. Consider small element dx. In that element or in that length dx, we have two parameters, that is a z into dx, that is a series impedance, y into dx, that is a shunt admittance. Impedance connected in series, admittance is connected in shunt. So what is the change in voltage dV? dV, what is the normally formula for V is equal to Iz? We know. So on particular point, that is a V is equal to Iz into dx. So Iz into dx for particular length. dV is equal to Iz into dx. What happens at dV by dx? dV by dx is equal to Iz equation. dV by dx is equal to Iz. Similarly, current entering the element is I plus di and current leaving is I. Means it is nearer to the receiving end side, it is nearer to the sending end. So which is entering the element, leaving the element. Therefore, current through the shunt element is di. So we calculated voltage dv and we calculate di. So what about di? Change in current di is equal to vy into dx. So for particular they having the voltage v, the current y dx. Normally current I is equal V by Z. So 1 by Z is nothing but Y. So the formula di is equal Vy into particular length dx, that is a Vy dx. What happens di by dx, that is equal to Vy. We have the voltage equation and current equation. dV by dx is equal to Iz, di by dx is equal Vy. So now differentiate above equation. So differentiate d square V by dx square, we get di by dx into z. Differentiate this equation. What happens? D square v by dx square is equal to di by dx into z. But we know the di by dx value is, what is the di by dx value? Vy. So d square v by dx square is becomes Vy into z. So finally, what becomes this equation? D square v by dx square minus V by Z is equal to 0. This is a differential equation. Solve this differential equation and find out the value of V. Solve the differential. The solution of this differential equation, the solution is of this differential equation becomes, they having two constants C1 and C2. C1 e power m1x, C2 e power m2x. So they have two constants C1 plus C2 differential equation. So in from the differential equation we get minus root yz and plus root yz. Substitute m1 m2 values. V becomes C1 e power root yz into x plus C2 e power minus root yz into x. From the, so we get the differential equation solution. We get V value. So V value is C1 e power root yz into x plus C2 e power minus root yz into x. We know that. So what about dV by dx value? dV by dx value, that is, so differentiate voltage, definitely we get C1 into root yz e power root yz into x minus C2 into root yz e power minus root yz into x, that is equal to I into z. So from the, so what is the dV by dx is equal to Iz, we know dV by dx is equal, from the dV by dx is equal to Iz. Find out I value. Find out I value. I value becomes dV by dx into 1 by z. dV by dx into 1 by z. So substitute dV by dx into 1 by z. Find out the I value. What happens the I value? I value becomes C1 root y by z e power root yz into x minus C2 into root y by z e power minus root yz into x. So finally in the voltage equation they have two constants. So that is a C1 e power root yz x plus C2 e power minus root yz into x. In the similar manner, current I is equal to C1 root y by z e power root yz into x minus C2 root y by z e power minus root yz into x. So consider on the receiving end side. Receiving end side means at the right side. So in the initial point, or starting point, what happens? The starting point means the distance x is equal to 0. The voltage becomes receiving end voltage. The current becomes receiving end current. So what is this? Is a boundary conditions. Boundary condition in order to find out the C1 and C2 values. For finding the C1 and C2 values, we take the boundary condition, that is a x is equal 0, V is equal VR and I is equal IR. So finally substitute these values. What happens? The voltage value becomes C1 plus C2. The IR value, the voltage VR is equal to C1 plus C2. IR is equal root y by z C1 minus C2. So the characteristic impedance, normally the characteristic impedance formula is ZC is equal to root Z by Y, but we have root Y by Z, which is opposite, root Y by Z. So definitely we take as 1 by ZC, C1 minus C2. So finally we have two equations. VR is equal to C1 plus C2, IR is equal to 1 by ZC, C1 minus C2. Add these two equations, C1 plus C2, 1 by ZC, C1 minus C2. So you get, add these two equations, we get C1 value and also C2 value. So what about the C1 value? C1 value is the VR plus IR ZC by 2. C2 value VR minus IR ZC by 2. Substitute these values in basic equation. Substitute these values in basic equation or initial equations. What get? B is equal VR plus IR ZC by 2 e power root yz into x plus VR minus IR ZC by 2 e power minus root yz into x. Similarly, current equation also same. Substitute C1 and C2 value, we get the current equation also. So finally, what? So current is nothing. Finally, what you get? V is equal to VR of e power root yz into x plus e power minus root yz into x by 2 plus IR ZC of e power root yz into x minus root yz into x by 2. Similarly, current I becomes VR by ZC e power root yz into x plus e power minus root yz into x by 2 plus IR of e power root yz into x minus e power minus root yz into x by 2. So this is the expressions. This we get the expressions after finding the C1 and C2 values. So after finding this, so please observe carefully in this one, e power root yz into x plus e power minus root yz into x by 2 e power root yz into x minus e power minus root yz into x by 2. Please observe carefully. So what is the, this is in the form of, so sin hx is equal to e power x minus e power minus x by 2 cos hx is equal to e power x plus e power minus x by 2. So what we get from the expression, that becomes v is equal vr cos h root yz into x plus zcir sin h root yz into x. I is equal vr by zc sin h root yz into x plus ir cos h root yz into x. Normally root yz is nothing but gamma. Gamma is nothing but, gamma is equal to alpha plus j beta or root yz. If you substitute that one in gamma, x is nothing but distance or length. So finally what you get, if now if x is equal to 1, substitute if x is equal to 1, vs is equal to vr cos h root yz, ir zc sin h root yz, is is equal to vr by zc sin h root yz plus ir cos h root yz. So if you compare with basic equations, this one Vs and Is with basic equations. What are the basic equations? Vs is equal to AVR plus VIR. Is is equal to CVR plus DIR. What about the constant A? Constant A is equal to cos h root yz. Constant D is equal to cos h root yz. There is a constant A is equal to constant D. The circuit is symmetrical. And also what about the constant B? Constant B is equal to ZC sin h root yz. Constant C is equal to 1 by ZC sin h root yz. This is the ABCD constants. So once again, constant A is equal to cos h root yz, constant B is equal to zc sin h root yz, constant C is equal to 1 by zc sin h root yz, constant D is equal to cos h root yz we get. So this is a Lorentz expansion series equations we discuss later. So what about the efficiency? Efficiency is equal to power delivered per phase by power input per phase into 100. So receiving end voltage VRIR cos phi r by VSIS cos phi s into 100. Losses per phase. So VSIS cos phi s minus VRIR cos phi r. Total losses is nothing but 3 into losses per phase. So derivation for ABCD constant, for finding the ABCD constants in long transmission line. So we get Vs is equal to Vr cos h root yz plus ZCIR sin h root yz. Is is equal Vr by Zc sin h root yz plus IR cos h root yz. This is the basic equation. Vs is equal AVR plus BIR. Is is equal CVR plus DIR. Compare the two equations. What you get? Constant A is equal cos h root yz, B is equal Zc sin h root yz, C is equal 1 by Zc sin h root yz, D is equal cos h root yz. So we get constant A is equal D. The circuit is symmetrical. So we get AD minus BC also 1. So solve this one. AD minus BC is equal to 1. The circuit is reciprocal. It obeys the reciprocity theorem. So gamma L is equal to normally root YZ into L. Here the root YZ, it is a small admittance, small impedance, that becomes capital admittance and capital impedance. So what is the difference between small admittance and capital admittance? Means if you small admittance is multiplied with total line length, and total particular impedance means small impedance is multiplied with total line length, that becomes capital root Y and capital Z. So finally what we say is YL is equal to capital Y, ZL is equal to capital Z. So Y is nothing but admittance on particular point only. Z is the impedance on particular point only. Capital Y means total admittance, capital Z means total impedance. If you multiply with total length, we get total admittance and total impedance. So gamma L is equal to root YZ into L, that is equal to root YZ. Substitute what you get. Vs is equal Vr cos h gamma L, IR ZC sin h gamma L, Is is equal to IR cos h gamma L plus Vr by ZC sin h gamma L. So for solving the long transmission line, we have two methods. One is convergent series complex angle method. So first one is convergent series complex angle method. So what is the means of convergent series complex angle method? So in this method, the hyperbolic sine and cosine are expressed in terms of their power series. Normally we know cos hx is equal to 1 plus x square by 2 factorial plus x power 4 by 4 factorial plus x power 6 by 6 factorial plus and so on. The similar manner sin hx is equal to x plus x cube by 3 factorial plus x power 5 by 5 factorial plus x power 7 by 7 factorial plus and so on. So in the similar manner, so we know we get the constant A is equal D, that is equal cos h root yz. So root yz. Substitute cos hx is the 1 plus x square by 2 factorial plus x square by x power 4 by 4 factorial plus x power 6 by 6 factorial. Substitute this one. In the place of x we having root yz. In the place of x we having root yz. What you get? 1 plus yz by 2 plus y square z square by 24 plus y cube z cube by 720 plus and so on. The similar manner d is equal zc sin h root yz. Zc root yz. What about the sin hx? In the place of x we having root yz. What get the power series? 1 plus yz by 6 plus y square z square by 120 plus y cube z cube by 5040 plus and so on. So we get root yz. So zc. So zc is nothing but root z by y. We know that zc is nothing but root z by y. Multiply with root z by y. Zc is already in previous session we discussed characteristic in zc is equal root z by y. Multiply what you get, z of 1 plus yz by 6 plus y square z square by 120 plus y cube z cube by 5040 plus and so on. Or constant c is equal 1 by zc sin h root yz. What about 1 by zc? If zc is equal root z by y, what about 1 by zc? That becomes root y by z. If you multiply with root y by z, what you get, that is a y of 1 plus yz by 6 plus y square z square by 120 plus y cube z cube by 5040 plus and so on. This is a convergent series complex angle method for finding ABCD constants. By using admittances and impedances, we finding the ABCD constants. By using power series, we finding the ABCD constant easily. So second one is convergent series real angle method. So in convergent series real angle method, we use the formula. In this method, the hyperbolic sines and cosines are expanded by the trigonometrical formulae given below, and tables the trigonometric functions and hyperbolic functions of real numbers are used. Thus we express root yz in the form. So root yz is equal to alpha plus j beta. So alpha and beta are real. So what is the alpha? Alpha is a attenuation constant. Beta is a phase constant. If you cos h root yz, they having replace root yz is a alpha plus j beta. So cos a plus b formula we know, cos a cos b plus sin a sin b. So in the formula we get, that is a cos h alpha cos beta plus j sin h alpha sin beta. This is a standard formula. The formula is cos h alpha cos beta plus j sin h alpha sin beta. What about sin h root by z? Normally we know sin of alpha plus j beta. So sin a plus b, sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. So similarly we get sin h alpha cos beta plus j cos h alpha sin beta. So once we finding the cos h alpha cos h alpha plus j beta sin h alpha plus j beta, we can find easily the ABCD constant. We can get the ABCD constant very easily by above two methods. One is convergent series real angle method and another one is convergent series complex angle method. By using these two methods, we can find out the ABCD constant, thus we finding the sending end voltage and also sending current, we finding the efficiency and regulation very easy.